I think if this is the pitch, and if we've only got 10, we can lose the 5 or maybe even 10 metre lines. So if we're slightly narrower, and we want them to start to think about the pitch as a whole, as a, you know, I think a lot of the stuff where we scored really well with Mace's year actually came from kick receipts more than anything, particularly kick-offs.
Okay.
So I think we need them to be more aware of where they are. I think the landmine idea that they can earn the right to go and have a penalty. But let's say you've got a penalty here, and you're here.
Yeah.
But you're going to need 3 players to be more Fiji, aren't you?
Which direction we're playing?
So let's say we've got 2 teams attacking multi-directional, but we give them a landmine penalty.
Yeah.
And the 3-word trigger, i.e. that we think that's going to be the best number for support, is there. You know, be more Fiji, and then we have, like we did last time.
So is that a penalty mark?
Yeah.
And these are players.
Well, yeah. So let's say the original, we've done before, where they've earned it and they've got a restart.
Yeah.
We could throw some chaos in there with a penalty here, but they've got to be more Fiji in order to launch any attack from a penalty move.
So they have to physically say that out loud.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you could have. I'm just wondering, could you have, let's say the penalties occurred here, B, and I can yell more, and I can yell Fiji, but I'm identifying that I'm going to support that.
Yeah, you don't have to be physically locked in, but your intention is to run that line.
But it'd be interesting for them to figure that out, because to begin with, I reckon they'd all probably want to be stood there, and then can we question them?
So this is our intention for the session. Off a penalty, we want them to set into this shape of lead, tip, hot. But
no, just the fact that what we're trying to do is that I think last year with the Fiji concept, because they want to do that, the Fiji concept was they weren't connected in terms of if there's a penalty we're going.
Yeah.
They were still looking to the authority figures. Whereas now, if we're saying be more Fiji is our trigger, we're going.
Yeah.
Well, it could have be more Fiji, and maybe there's more players. You know, we could add more moniker, but be more Fiji is saying, I know there's a penalty, I know we're going to run it, I know I'm going to have to support, I know I'm going to have to play, and that be more Fiji, you could have players here that they know then that we're attacking.
Okay.
Whereas before, there was a penalty, it was like, do we kick the touch?
Yeah.
There was a lot of indecision. It's the words that are going to lend to the behaviour we want, which is that we could be playing this way.
So you're thinking it's multi-directional to start off with then? As in, not 360, just you can attack both ways?
No, I think there's 10v10.
Okay, that's cool. That helps in my head.
Sorry, my bad.
No, I think we should try and package this into some levels then. So what would level 1 look like?
Level 1 would be, I think, multiple be more Fijis. You have to score, but I think we give them a time limit.
Okay.
Because you don't want them to be more Fiji it, and there's a line of defenders. They need to have the nous to then go. We'll lead tip hot it if we want to. That's what I'd like.
Yeah.
They could be we'll kick to touch.
It would be cool if they had a level that they created, and maybe that could be what we're working towards.
Okay, so that's the top level.
Yeah, maybe level 1 we could just put some challenges that's going to tease out this kind of behaviour.
Okay.
So like, if we're going to say, so it could be score within X number of seconds off a penalty,
or score within 3 passes of a penalty, because that's be more Fiji, isn't it?
So level 1, score within 3 passes of a restart.
A BMF. I think that's a be more Fiji.
Okay, within 3. But are they not going to be like, what is be more Fiji at that point? We want them to create that, don't we? So maybe we need to give them the affordances to So like if
Of a penalty then?
yeah,
Of a penalty, tap penalty.
score within 3 passes.
I think that will draw out what does be more Fiji mean then. Because they'll say, why 3 passes? Why not 17
so
passes?
that's level 1. Just score once. Because this team could be on level 1 and this team's on level 5. It doesn't matter, does it? That's one. We as
3 scores, but I'm just thinking time-wise, how many reps are going to score twice? I think that's fair enough. Isn't it?
just add the word twice to the end.
Yeah.
So level 1, score within 3 passes of a penalty twice.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just have to give them some penalties as restarts.
I don't think we need the landmines, do we? I think we can just
Probably not.
We can just load with a ball.
So what does level 2 look like?
I know it's old fashioned.
You wanted some kicking in there.
But could you have? Could this one be? Could we have more than 3 levels? But we
Well,
could
yeah,
have,
of course you can, yeah.
So here we could have. Could we have more than have? I know they'll game it, but probably if we do it once to get out of it, have more than 5 players or three players within a metre of the ball when you score, or 2 metres of the ball. So they, i.e., they're really putting an effort to make sure they're in support.
Okay.
If they game it, we can ask the question like, what do we get from that?
Well, it's good to create opportunities for questions, isn't it? Especially if we want them to co-create, what does this be more Fiji thing mean?
I'm just thinking, like, if you think how that super try they scored in Marbella,
Yeah.
like how many players were actually in constant support?
Maybe if you just say something like, if on level 2 they've got to score X number of tries, but they got to fist bump the try scorer within like a tiny time frame.
Yeah.
As soon as they perceive that he's going to score,
Like
they've
that.
got to flood.
Like that lots.
So
Just
how many is if they've got to score
5
twice
seconds.
there?
5 seconds.
3 tries. 3 tries everybody must fist bump the try scorer.
Does that include these 2?
No.
Let's just stick with 2.
Okay.
I was just thinking times for
2.
both teams to have reps.
2 tries. Every player must fist bump
We'll try scorer.
try scorer
Again, but probably as a good questioning opportunity.
within
5 seconds.
5. We can always adapt that.
I think Mississippi, that's 1.
Level
2.
3, is that going to be the co-created level?
I think level 3. I think within a session that's enough, and I don't think. I think we need a longer session. I think there's quite a lot of new stuff in here.
Yeah.
If we had, and also you know how much I like to kick. I'll just kick, and we'll lose this.
So, are we asking them to come up with a challenge that brings this to life? What's going to be the most challenging thing for them right now, level 3? So they can set
score from a penalty, but you've got to make it spicy. Because
Well,
I reckon
they're
what
going to ask what's spicy, which
I'm
will be
just-
a good moment.
I reckon what they'll probably do is wait for the defence to line up, and
Yeah.
they'll set up an LTH. I think that's what they'll do.
Should we just leave it quite open then? So they've got to score a spicy try.
But are we saying I think it has to. I think for us, I'm thinking next year you're gonna have a lot of turnovers.
Yeah.
So score a try from a penalty. Or
Can we always say as well, just so we keep the intention to score all the time, if they score not off a penalty, maybe it just wins them a penalty. You know, so we don't, or do we just?
I think if you score, you get another rep.
Yeah, you get a replay.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, that's a blanket. Yeah.
So this one is score from a penalty. This is penalty as well. Remember, that's within 3 passes. So what we're saying, score from a penalty.
Yeah. But you got to make it. But you were saying a spicy try.
Yeah.
Because that'd be interesting what they perceive.
Yeah, it must be a spicy try, and then they'll be like, "What is a spicy try?"
Are we gonna say team? Because I'm thinking like someone might just drop it on their foot, or someone might individualise it. Are we gonna say team try?
It'd be great to get to that stage where it's really hard but they want to keep doing it. So maybe we could reward individual skill with replays all the time. So it's never going to beat the level, but it will get you more goals.
It's another life.
It's another life.
Yeah.
So if we put on here, like, replays just for us, so that'll be,
Skill
if they
or
score, they
tries.
get a replay, but it's not within the confines of the level they're trying to be. If they do something really skillful, they get a replay. So
I think if they...
skill.
I'd like them to get
Does everyone have a pause?
yeah,
Unlimited pauses. 1 pause per level.
1 pause per level, because I think they might be intentional. I think maybe, do we need to start putting something physical out? Do you know, like I wanted to do the Haribo idea.
The ring on
the
finger.
finger, the Haribo ring.
Maybe we just use some headbands that like we can be targeted with who has the pause. Cool. I think we've got something that we could build on tomorrow. Just quickly, what's the basic game rules, like contact rules?
I would say, should we do shoulders on shorts? One player down, first player can contest. I don't think we need to create underloads, overloads too much, but if we had player goes down, has the opposition got to send a player back, or are we going to put 2 players on the floor?
I think that would be make it too open.
We can always change the pitch dimensions if that's what you, because that's we could make it 15 to 15.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking if you're having a ruck, you've lost 2 players from the attacking team. Okay, so the attack's stacked, isn't it?
Maybe that one should be hold the player up, because you.
So if you're on level,
yeah,
you can have different rules. Yeah.
If the attack is trying to shift the ball quickly, let's make the defence's intention to stop them. So level 1 is hold up.
3 seconds.
Yeah.
They can hit the floor though. Are the rucks contested or not? I think they have to put a body in, but they can't contest.
Yeah. Just to make the numbers a bit more representative.
Yeah.
Level 2, 2 tries every player must fist bump. That could just be 2 touch for fluidity.
2 touch turnover.
Yeah.
Be really strict on 2-handed, and it's got to be. Should we say?
I quite like if you touch in front, you got to go down. If it's touch behind, it's like a line break.
Yeah.
You have to offload straight away.
That's a lot of information.
We'll just keep that for.
The third one, I think they can maybe just check what the pitch. If it rains tonight, we could do contact on the last one.
Okay.
Happy?
We can develop it tomorrow, and there's loads of room for them to have input here.
Yeah, happy with that.
Cool.
So we're going to level it today. There are 3 levels. We've turned the other 2 round. As always, we want you guys to kind of solve it. It's actually quite good that it's a bit of a mixed bag. We spoke with the guys going into upper 6th, and they wanted to. The first thing they said they wanted to do was be more Fiji again. So like we're trying to explore what does that mean, and then how do we go about making that happen next year. So what kind of processes? We're not going to jump straight to solving it. We want all the little bits in between instead of having been held up. Yeah. As always, you've got pauses. Use them.
They're going to be the blue headbands.
So if you've got that only that person could call a pause. And if somebody says, I don't know, Theo, use the pause, you can't use the pause. Theo has to come up with the reason why they're having a pause, what they want to solve. How long is the pause? How long do you want them to speak? 60 seconds? Yeah. 2 minutes is a long time.
You are going to be solving some problems, so they may be of use to you.
We happy with this? Okay. The 2 guys who came down, have we given them a band?
They're on non-bands.
Non-bands, okay. So if you want to get together, give you 60 seconds to figure it out, what you want to do. The penalties, guys, will come from us, okay?
For hold up, do you mean like hold it up at the rucks?
As in hold you up, like physically. Just with the year 9s in particular, you're sensible. Yeah. So solve it. Why is it there? Remember the theory, the process is that be more Fiji. What are we trying to do as an attacking team? And what might this kind of stuff stop as a defending team? Yeah, so get together.
Should we do second ball?
Yeah, of course you can. They want to hear us.
But we got
orange.
Some second ball stuff.
That'll do. Just... I think we should start from a penalty.
Don't be afraid to even take 10 steps back. You're trying to avoid contact. When they hold you up,
You know what so you know what it is? You happy? We got LTHs, okay.
The contact, you've got the contact element in the holder. And then if they can get to the floor, one man compete.
One man compete the rucks.
Do you want to tell them?
Lycett Park, and you know it's going to get hot, but you see there's loads of players out wide, feel free to run a switch, keep your eyes up and always scan where the players are and where the holes are.
You've got hold up is obviously a turnover, but if you get to the ground, it's one man can compete. So first person compete. Listen to us as the refs in terms of, 10 seconds.
To set an LTH off me, you can have it, yeah?
First team to set an LTH off.
First team set an LTH here, have the ball.
Okay, there you go, on here.
Yeah, play. Okay, penalty here, non-headbands.
Yeah.
3 phases you've got. Ready, let's go. It's okay, good line, play it.
Nice, like that.
Okay, you've won a penalty on me, orange headbands. Remember what you're trying to do for level 1. You can go when you're ready.
I'm a ball.
Oh, did I just see Randall throw a cat flap past Ross?
Down there. That's one phase.
Leave it now. Oh.
You've had one phase.
Huh? First player can hold up or it's a touch. Yeah? So if I hold you up for 3 seconds, it's a turnover, or if it's a touch, so it's a touch. Got one.
That's one phase.
Touchdown.
That's 2 phases.
Leave it now, Jack. Good lad. Good clear out.
Last phase.
Here, penalty here.
G, you've got
penalty
the
here.
pause
No headbands
so
here
you,
on the ball.
It's time for a chat. You call the pause, okay? I
Ross.
can help you. Penalty here.
Logan lead.
They're not seeing
No, have a look.
the speed element, are they?
No. So we need to tee that up.
How about we say you've got 3 seconds to play it?
Should we say it only has to be one phase if you take it within? Well, that's kind of what they're going to do anyway, isn't it?
Go with him.
No, Jack, no deck release, no deck. Oh, play up.
Bingo inside.
Come round, yeah. Release.
So,
It's out.
how are we going to incentivise us playing a bit faster?
Yeah, come up, Kai.
Can we ask them if they're
I think
set?
it could just be a question, yeah.
If they're... No, leave it out.
You have one phase, good luck. Down. This will do it. Okay, you need one more try. Headbands. That was 3 phases. Eddie, you're the only one that can call a pause on this team. They're 1 ahead on level 1. So when you think you need one,
Guys, just think back to what the purpose is. How many phases and what are we doing? Nice hands before Theo, good ball, keep an eye in. Yeah, it's impressive stuff. Felix, come directly behind Logan, Felix. Directly behind Logan.
Yeah, Logan. Kai.
down.
I'm on lead.
See what I mean? That's...
Yeah. Why don't we ask give them a replay if they can tell us why?
Why what? Potatoes?
So,
Why are we giving them pause?
no, why,
1
like there, if they identified it was slow ball.
Touch there, go down. Leave it deck, leave it deck. Leave it deck, you're offside.
Leave it.
Penalty edge, Ben, penalty edge.
Alright. Okay, go.
Good read.
Oh,
Play on.
Eddie.
Oh, a bit ambitious there.
It's that part like
Okay,
that.
it's gone dead. Who's got the blue bands?
Yeah, come to us, blue bands. Everyone else get together.
Blue bands come to us. I'll speak to Jay.
So what's the mission? What's the level?
The level.
What's the level? What do we have to do?
7 out the 8.
Is that what it says?
Well, it's a score.
With 3 phases. Can we? What's happened? What happens when we set up an LTH? What are we doing to the speed of the? Does it have to be slow?
No.
What can we do? Let's. It's a penalty now near Jack. But what do you need to make sure you're definitely going to score that?
Have someone wide and get it wide.
Or does it have to be wide?
Get people through gaps.
And how are we going to do that? So when there's a penalty, what do you want people to be?
Set up.
But we're doing that with an LTH. What happens to the speed of the game?
So that.
But when someone says penalty, what do we want people to think?
They're going to go for it. We're going to tap and get. We're going to run it.
So so there's a difference
Call them
between
in.
scoring from 3 through structure and scoring through tempo, which is what I think you've identified to me. Do you need to try to feed it into your team? I give them. They got 30 seconds. So even there, actually, just with he's like, we need to score from an LTH. So they've read it.
Yeah.
And just assumed because that's an unlocker. But then with Eddie there, he's like, we need to go. Okay, are we going to go on our own? We're going to score from that? What do we need? We need people wide. So I think they will unpick it.
It's good though because level 2 is actually going to help them with that. Hopefully, if we design it right. Yes, yeah. You might want to give him some intel as well about what's going on. Okay, penalties here. First team to set can play it. Yeah, Eddie play. Down.
Contact.
Yes, on the left.
That's out.
Let's go,
Popsy.
Get on side.
Finger.
It's gone back.
Contact.
Down, fucking hell, there.
Yeah, that's still one phase.
Yes, on the left.
Contact.
Down. First
Yeah.
phase, guys. Take your first phase.
Just to clarify, boys, it's touch. So if you don't get held up, you don't push on. So Deck and Logan, who are using their physicality, this is great. Listen, but if you are physically touched, you go down. The idea isn't that you can bust the tackle, it's we want the defences to stop you playing. Yeah? So if you feel yourself touched, you hit the deck.
This team, orange team. This team, orange team.
Ross.
Logan, you're on ball. I'm a ball. Hold it.
Down. What? Phase 1. Tell touch. Still one phase.
Touch.
Okay, oranges, go and have a look at level 2. Okay.
Guys, a touch is still a ruck. Yeah, it's a ruck or instant offload. Yeah, Yanis Tellor, well done, offload out the tackle.
Yeah, but
Randall,
that's cool. But what happens?
It's
to the
hold
practice
up.
design
So
if one person decides
if you've got the
not
ball
going out?
and I'm holding up, what am I stopping you doing?
Guys,
Yeah. So what we
you
want
haven't
is
scored on level
we want-
1 yet.
what we want-
Get
if the
around your
defence is
blue
stopping that, what
headband.
does that do to the speed of the game?
Slow it.
Yeah. So, but if you go for a bust and I touch you, that's a tackle. So we hit the deck. Okay. Good work. Let's have the ball. Cheers, boss. Come on.
We're getting stuck and we're basically just going backwards because we're offloading so much. Just set up. That's it. We got first. Do that LPA, right? Yeah. If you don't, just
Do you need a chance
They're on
to
level 2.
walk that through as a
Yeah.
creep now?
So 2 touch turnover. So 2.
Yeah.
if we get touched twice.
So yeah. So
by what you do
yeah.
on the
But
wing.
also it's
Trying to play really
has to be
quick.
2 separate people. So it can't be.
Do you think
Yeah.
you guys?
To win 2 tries, every player must fist bump. It's like anything. What are we trying to get you to do? So we said before, with the tackle, if I tackle up high, what am I doing to the speed of the game? What do we want to do as Fiji? Speed it up. So if I'm being tackled up high, what maybe have I not done with the ball?
Got it into a good position.
Yeah. Next is, if I am tackled, what do I want to do? What speed do you want the rucks to be? So the aim is that. Well, how do we get back to play like? And you cannot do it individually. Yeah. So here, what does that say to you? So that's what the conversation is. What does that mean? 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are we going to have to be thinking about if we're going to score and be able to do that? Okay. Have a think. Have a chat.
Guys can start. Guys, I'll tell you where the penalty is.
Oh yeah. Felix, your hot is here. What you want is, yeah, I know. What I'm saying is, if you're hot, if you've got the ball, I'm behind, so I'm hidden, and then I'll if you go a bit flatter, I'm going to arc round here, so I can effectively come into this hole here, and you act as a screen. Okay, that's the hot player. Go back, play it. Contact.
What's in front of you?
Nothing.
Okay, that's all right. Yeah. Who's in charge?
Good invention. Oh. Penalty on there. Penalty on Jack Tyra. Penalty on Jack Tyra. Oh. Eddie's ball. Eddie's ball here on Ross. On Ross.
Who's giving Logan information out wide?
Question there. What were the defence then? Were they ready? Set?
Down.
Well, they would be.
Play it then. Play it.
So what if you run, tap ball against an organised D? What's going to happen?
Penalty here. Non-headbands.
Just catch it.
5.
The opposition are set ready, and you just tap and run.
Tap on.
What do we have the ability to unlock? Can we unlock the defence? So if I wait now and I let all the opposition line up and I tap the ball, am I going to beat them on my own? With what do I need to have to beat a set defence? Support, but also they're just going to stand there, aren't they? Have a think about what have we been using as a mechanic to beat organised defences? And do we need the same mechanic?
What have you got to do? What have you got to do?
1,
2,
2, 3, 4, 5. No
Too
try.
slow. Too slow.
Yeah, chipping the ball, but I'm not quite skillful.
So, but it's not you. When I say you, I mean your team. So you may need to talk to your team about how we're organising against a set defence. 1.
But they're allowed force. I mean, I speak for them.
Phases.
1, 2, turn over. I thought they'd scored their second try.
They've got to this team on a level. It's okay. They know it.
My defence. I've got Ross just saying then. That penalty was up by Jack.
Yeah.
Set defence and it's up and ran.
Yeah.
So, but through the conversation, some of them still aren't aware. That's the one touch.
Release that. Yeah, that's good.
Take it.
Play it. Maybe you should.
1.
Maybe you should give.
Turn over. Play.
Maybe you should give the headband to the person that you're going to give that intel to.
Well, I've got Eddie. I'll give the intel to Logan on it next. I'll take that. Well, it doesn't have to. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Eddie, can I have your headband?
Yeah, Ben. Touch 1.
Okay. Small ball. Why are you waiting?
Boys, you're all bunched up right side, spread out.
Knock up. On Joe, play. On Joe.
Joe!
Goodbye.
Yeah, you're in.
Eddie, team needs one more on level 1.
I'll go then.
Logan, come here. So when a team is set defensively, what do we need to be able to do, and what can we use to move those players around before? What can we use to confuse the team? What have we got in our bank, our locker?
Like switches.
Switches, but what else have we got all the time? Lycett pot. If we tap and run against a team that's set up, are we able to do that? 1, 2, 3, 4,
No,
5.
too slow. Now's the perfect chance to ask that question. Where's my pause man on this team? I want to chat with you. Come over here. Okay. What do you think we're trying to encourage before the try is scored?
So why did
fist bump,
score his
before
try?
the try is scored?
And what was available
Yeah.
to you?
What should you be thinking?
Why? What? If not a organised, what?
You're probably going to score anyway.
So talk to your team.
You want to use your blue band.
But go back to that. You tapped that penalty you scored from. Yeah. What was in front of you in terms of space?
Lots.
Lots of space. Defenders, were they organised?
No.
What were they looking at?
The ball.
The ball. And what did Eddie do?
He just took initiative, ran a line.
He worked really hard though, didn't he, to get there? Yeah. So if we've got a penalty, are the opposition straight away going to be like organised? There's that second. So what do we need to be around tap penalties?
Fixed. Quack.
Quick. And just one person's got to be quack, or lots of quacks?
Lots of quacks.
So we need to be duck, don't we? So when there's a penalty, let's be duck. Yeah, quack, quack, quick.
That's cool. When we get a penalty, shout duck.
Lads, you only
If we're
need
not,
one more
though,
try.
what do we need to do?
Everyone's just through holes.
It's systems, aren't they? They're really weird systems.
They're two-touch turnover.
What are we on? Is that 2 each?
What's this?
Ross.
You got the power, right? Right.
I've given him some until he's passed it in.
Sorry.
So confused to whether it's tag or contact.
They're,
Some people tagging, some people.
that's okay. Should we clear it up now?
How are the legs,
Right
Yanis,
on
after
time.
yesterday?
Their two-touch turnover. Your 3-second grab. Okay. Cool. Tackle. Good. You've got the power for the pause now. Okay.
Too old.
Do you want to play from there, Eddie, or do you want me to move somewhere and call penalty?
Car's here.
Penalty. Chat, Joe. Good chat. Play it.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's work with it now.
I love that you're trying that, Theo. Oh, great step. Touch one. One hand.
2, turnover. Penalty there.
Penalty there. Penalty there.
1, 2, turnover. Turnover. One touch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Yeah, one try. Need one more. Remember, they're still playing on the grab.
No, they scored 2, haven't they?
No, they've only scored one. Still on level 1. So, it's interesting. Jay was trying to solve the fist bump problem by saying delay scoring the try.
But what will that elicit?
But what we want, obviously, is them to flood when there's a line break. So Jake had that intel. So, and he's also got the band. So let's see if.
But they're actually though, because as they were moving towards. I think maybe it needs to be longer time-wise.
Joe, you can move up and down until you're ready to play. Okay. 5 seconds. 5, 4.
Are you unlocking it?
3. Okay, we are unlocked. That's fine.
Yeah, we run a trail.
Yeah. Penalty here. Orange headbands. Orange headbands.
Nice line. 1. That's right.
Play it. 1. Oh.
No, they're grab up there, yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing it now.
I'll ref the right.
Yeah. Josh, that's a question. If Joe makes that decision, what do we need to do?
Yeah, nice.
Knock on. Ball here. Logan,
Yeah.
play.
Once it's done, it's done. Give him some information. They need some guidance now. You're very flat.
Yeah. Joe, Joe Kennedy. Solid. What have you got? Where's your unlock? Where's your key? Where's your hot? There's no hot. There's still no hot. There's still no hot. Ah, Peach!
Okay, you guys on level 2, go and have a look. Go and have a look.
Who's got the headband? So I see you kind of beat the game there, didn't you?
Yeah.
But what do you think we're trying to get out of the fist bump? What do we want as coaches to happen when people have made a line break?
Just to follow the man in.
Yeah.
So we have to support.
So let's load that in with tap penalties. If tap penalties are quick, what do we want to have around that tap penalty in terms of player numbers?
Lots of men.
Lots of men. And if you're not one of those lots of men, what do we want those other people to be doing?
Just making themselves an option.
Yeah. So like if the penalty's over there and you're here, what do I want you to be doing?
Yeah. Well, actually, I'll ask you
making that real
give you a choice.
genuine effort.
Do you want spicy level, or you
because if you stay here and we score,
you want to play spice? Okay, so
or in reality, if we tap the ball
you
and make a line break, are you making the support there?
What the challenge is?
It's harder and harder. So that is
the time.
in terms of a behaviour.
So spicy level,
what we want players
the
to
timer
constantly be
only
doing.
starts when you. The timer already starts when you cross the try line, regardless of if you put the ball down or
That means you
not.
have to be there in under 5 seconds.
Everyone has to spud the guy there.
Yeah.
What's the mile?
It doesn't start till you put the ball down. But
When he gets to the try, we sprint over, and then when he puts the ball
Should we do a challenge?
spicy level, Eddie's called it. Senior player. Let's go.
I just got one observation. If we've got a player who's kicked, what everyone needs to do is a buy-in.
Chase it. Or know what's happening.
You need to go forward. You've gained territory, but you've also, if you don't chase deck, we create holes. So if we have a kick option, there's got to be thought process, yeah? Just be wary when you've made your tackles. If your hands are behind the ball, but your hips aren't, so you'll get pinged a lot for it. So just make sure your hips are behind. So almost think hips behind the ball, then go for it.
I'm sort of just going.
Yeah, so but also like if that's the ball, you're kind of here, but your hips are still aligned. You need to be behind. Rest will be pinging you. You're good over the ball, so let's be really good over the ball.
Yeah. Okay, you're both on level 2 now, so it's 2-touch turnover for both teams. Both teams are 2-touch turnover now. Great move. Yeah, good option. 1, 2, 3. What do you think?
I'll give it. Is that spicy? I think that was medium for me. There's no jalapenos in there for me.
Guys, I reckon you go quicker than that.
There's something in there.
Jay,
Just
kick, you just won another penalty as well.
well, just ask a question. Let's ask the Be More Fiji guys. What would be in it for spicy? Yeah, there's an LTH now and a nice line, an inventive kick, but what else would make it spicy?
Whoever's running off that hot, feel free to do a switch.
Well, that dummy switch creates more space. So if they're starting to load up.
It's a good option.
And actually having the originals in makes something different.
I think the fist bump is exciting, but I still don't think it's bringing about what flooding a line break.
1, 2, turn over.
Be good to do a reflection afterwards about what we've noticed.
Let's go, no, let's go, they're not set.
Guys!
1, oh. Turn over.
Right, set. Back, yeah.
1, 2, no, miles away. Guys, what do you need to be thinking like when you think he's going to score? Oh,
Just Eddie, just have a think. Like, how fast is fast for a penalty? If it's over a certain amount of time, what kind of stuff are we seeing that means we have to set some shape up? Who's your hot? Who's your tip?
Eddie, you go hot.
I'll go hot. Get out.
If you make a line break,
You'll
it's
lead
one
here then,
step
off that
turnover.
hot.
I'll go tip off. Sure.
And then you've got a wide player. Don't want to wait. That's
Speak
better.
to these guys. Dan, if they make a line break, Dan, if they make a line break, it's one step turnover.
Who do?
I think we'll see more out of that than the fifth.
Have you given that to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only the orange team at the moment.
I think we could make it a little bit wider actually. Just don't tell them, because that might give. Because you can see what they're trying to do.
What's he gonna do?
Turn over!
Turn over. It's a line break.
Great play, Jay. Like that a lot. Like that a lot.
Give it a replay. Jay, that's replay banned. You just won it for outstanding individual skill. If you want to call a replay.
I think now, let's just step out for a bit. No chat, just see what they do, because they're both on the same level, aren't they? And just see how they approach this now. Oh, they're drawing give there, that's nice. Yeah, lovely pass.
They could probably choose that.
That's a 40-minute session.
Guys, that's too slow. No, too slow. Jamie's 170 you can use at some point as well. Go, 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 go. Oh, great skill. Yeah, good, good.
Oh, Peach! Pete!
1, 2, 3. Nice, too slow. Jay, you can only replay your attack. Yeah. I like it. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to step back a bit.
One hand. 2.
3, get off. For the effort, coming in wide.
Who's
Go
that?
and Look at level 3.
Who is that?
Orange, go and have a look at level 3, last level.
Who made the effort there?
Shay.
Shay, nice mate.
Can we give... You've won a replay for your team.
Think about what Be More Fiji used to mean. So let's look at the Marbella try. What was everybody switched on to? When there's a penalty, what did we always want to do?
Play it fast.
Play it. So we can't be looking. No one ever looked for a player to take the penalty.
We just knew they
If there was a penalty, we all knew that it was go.
Yeah.
So just to give you some intel, what we're going to do from now on to support them is, if there's a penalty, we need to hear Be More Fiji. Well, what 3 players we go? So straight, it doesn't need to be there. It could be, I could go B, and you two can say More and Fiji. Well, I know I've got 2 players, and then hopefully the 2 players that are behind you see you 2 move. Because what's happened is you've got some senior players, and everybody just. Not that they think they'll do it, but as in they're like, I don't want to say it because they're the senior players.
Yeah.
Whereas when you guys played, it was, you know, Jasper could tap it. No one cared because you all knew we were going to play. But they're very good at LTH off organised play now, which you guys were not as solid as.
Yeah.
So it's trying to match it. At the moment, they're going to LTH off everything.
They're playing more structured around.
Mainly because they've had to.
Yeah.
But maybe that's something you can feed into them. It's like, if there's a penalty, don't just think, I'll wait for someone to be there. Let's go, and everyone work really hard to be there. Because if you got half held, there's no defenders. I've got to work. Look at that one against David Hughes, where we were on our try line. That's just people working hard. You know, it's not. Or the one against Ruffin.
It's when
That's just work hard off the ball.
we played Marbella, we were defending for like 10 minutes. Got a
our try
penalty,
line, yeah.
just tapped it and then.
But it's that mentality that we always go. And what does always
think-
go mean? But you still there were 5 players working
With you,
to
yeah,
be with you. And those 5 players also make defenders think. If it's 1 player, just got to tackle him. If it's 5 players, it's like,
Fuck, which one do I go for?
or he might pass it, or...
I think that mentality back then is we could literally score from anywhere of the pitch, no matter.
Well, look at the speed. You should chase a good ball handler.
Like year 9, year 10, it's like the chemistry's all, like, we didn't have to worry about mixing as a team, it was already there.
If there's a penalty, everyone should be thinking go, not let's wait for, I don't know, Jake to get on the ball. It should be tap and let's all work. Whatever number work to get there. Because it's great, you know, we knew if Kai got the ball, he'd throw a silly dummy, draw 4 players. He's never going to make a 50-metre line break, but he'd draw and then he'd pass, or we'd have a quick ruck. It wasn't, why has Luke Cole done that? It's just follow Luke Cole.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to build in. Ross, we've got an underload. Should we play?
Level. It has to be a call from out wide that leads to a try. Has to be an ID from.
And theirs?
No, they need 1 more try on this level. We better get on with it.
Yeah. Well, we'll start here. 5 seconds. Set. 3, 5, 4. Tap it. No, tap it.
Tap it. Phoenix, wide, straight away, don't hold it.
Look at the defence. Why are we running into...
1, 2.
Turn over. Turn over.
Listen,
But where's it come from?
A normal replay. Have a replay wherever you want. 5 seconds. 5. Jake's team. 4. 3. 2.
Slowed it down. I like it.
Play it. What's he gonna do? What do you need to do?
I'm not going to reward that. All of you just sit there.
You chat with the person who never made it there, Logan. Huh? The person who didn't make it there at all.
Come on.
We see it all, Felix. We see it all. Ross, 5 more.
Yeah.
It's 10-2.
Last 5 minutes. Oh, was there a call? Was there a call?
I think you've seen it.
Oh!
That's spicy. That's spicy.
Okay, lads, that'll do us.
Whoever ran that line, f***ing well done.
What for?
Guys, huddle up. We'll do 10 seconds. Nice.
Good option, bud.
Better be on video.
Right. That goes
Good picture. I think my hand went over it like that. It's just, that's training session. We're going to move out literally straight away, but massive thanks for coming on Saturday, especially after Sports Day. What we want you to do when you walk out is, as a group, there were 3 levels. The aim was to develop the Be More Fiji kind of concept, particularly around penalties and the speed of ball. But as a group, if you spend a couple of seconds just having to think about what we were trying to do, it is fun, and we want you to have fun, but we'd like the fun to kind of trigger some thought process to figuring out and learning what we want to do next year. So we're literally going to step out, and hopefully you guys as a group, if you want to have the headband who talks rather than talking over each other, I think Logan's got one first and Randall. So if you've got the blue headband, you can have a chat. But it'd be really important that, especially the guys who are here next year, are able to think, what did we see in that session, what we're getting out of it, yeah?
Thanks for Jack and Jamie coming back in as well, the old boys. Yeah.
I'd just like one, we would like to hear sharp bait before you leave.
You can't pull someone's shirt, it's not football. So,
I think by the end, it's funny because like you could see even Caius there was like, he knew he was in loads of space and Theo had gone left.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh. So they're recognising, and I do think they're starting to understand about going fast and going slow.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that we've done a lot of LTH has kind of maybe grooved it a bit.
Yeah. I'd like to see us persevere with the trying to give individuals the chance to call pauses. I think they're still a little bit passive. I know we're missing a lot of year 12s, but like with like, is it my responsibility to solve that problem? Have I got anything to add to this? So actually, and they came up with their spicy design on the last level, to have the wide player must ID to score is actually a way of,
well, that's what you want, isn't it?
shining a light on that a bit more. But they just said communication, and we kind of co-created that.
Well, you
last
said
bit.
the year 12s on here, but that, you know, the group that went through, most of the groups that have gone through have been big bubbles.
Yeah.
This year 11 group is a bigger bubble, and if we give them voice, and the 12s going into 13 are, which I think they are, have less of an ego to say no. I think as a group, we're saying things like, you knew when Kai Riley tapped the ball, nobody went, ugh. They knew he's going to throw a silly dummy, draw 5 people, and either be a break or a quick ruck.
Yeah.
It wasn't a case of shoulder sink, it was follow the ball. And I think what we want is the mechanic in them to say, if it's fast, we've got to work to be there to make it faster. And if it's slow and we want to tap, we've got to have a mechanic to speed it up again. And that is the LTH, which they've done in other sessions. They've made really slow ball quicker by finding an edge with an LTH because it holds defences. But as you say, you need those wider players, particularly a slower ball, to be feeding in all the time. But there's, you know, you've got players maybe out there who aren't the most vocal in the moment.
If we take that part of the practice design forward, I think they'll get better.
I've had an idea. I won't say it on tape though, because it's a good one. No, it sounds weird, but like if you create the space and they actually had something they could make a noise with.
Yeah, in this session, I think.
Like a squeezy ball. Or
yeah.
So like
even having that in your hand is like, it's an intention, isn't it? It's like, oh, I need to use this at some point, or I can use this at some point.
Well, Orlando is like, when the ball is down, has input, but in the game he doesn't.
Coloured headbands on the arm, and like it represents something. So
yeah, because
like,
I think
if you see a green headband and you execute, like, just massively reward that. It could be quite exciting.
Well, I think if you've got players like Yanis and Orlando out wide, even Ollie Andrew, who's got a bit of slopey pace.
You could have a decision in that. So you give them a green and a red is like a fold or something, or same way.
Yeah.
And a green is like crossfield kick. And then if their decision matched the colour, we like
it definitely bring away from the need for all of the decision making to be happening around the first receiving pod.
We want to get rid of that kind of passiveness on the edges, don't we? Want them to be anticipating and reading the play.
Theo would get a lot from that.
Yeah, he would buzz off that. He already came to me today and was like, can I have a personal challenge? And I was like, what do you want it to be? He's like, I really like doing crossfield kicks. So I said he can tell one other person, and he told Caius on the opposite wing. He's also a giant, so it's kind of... But like, I like that him as a year 10 feels like...
Well, part of it, yeah.
He can come to us and ask for a challenge now.
But that's a good...
It's cool.
I think we're like Skaysbrook to now.
Yeah, much better. Right.
Happy?
Okay, boys.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Ready? Shot play!
I think so. For us, what we were expecting from the level 1 was more that they would tap the penalty. So in rugby, if there's an offence and you get a penalty, usually the opposition is usually in direct possession. So there's a lot of bodies and there's space elsewhere, and it's disorganised. So you want to go really quickly. And the be more Fiji was that they would identify players close by, but what they've actually done is they've started to use one of the other mechanics, which is a lead tip hop. So it's a kind of a way to unlock organised defences. So they went for that straight away, but that slows the ball down. So we have to kind of feed some information or ask some questions around that. So that kind of changed the first level, but then the second level supported what we wanted. So it was players having to flood to get close. They gamed it, so they slowed scoring a try down. But actually, that still allowed us to feed information to another player to say, is that what we're after really? What do you think it is? And then they were, on the whole, more players were starting to support the ball, which is the behaviours you want to sort of encourage. And then the last one is that kind of, we set the level, but we gave them real licence to come in with what it looked like in terms of really spicy. So as a whole, they were definitely looking to move the ball quicker. They organised much quicker. Real inclusivity, and as Ross says, we're trying to get voice. You want all the players to be able to, not just the senior player, because then players freeze. What you want is everyone to feel that license to tap the ball and make a decision in the moment, and we can reflect on whether it's a success later on. And you know, as a whole, it's if you've made a decision and you're a younger player, it's a success. It doesn't matter what happens.